Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Hey, Greg Crypto here on Twitter posting this, okay? And I'm sure you guys have also noticed this XLM price in comparison to XRP. Now, I know some of you guys hold XLM and XRP, and for good reason. He goes on to say, I've been following XLM for a couple of years, and I observed that the price of XLM is on average 30 to 40% plus or minus from the price of XRP. If this is the case, then below is my XLM prediction. The more XRP moons, the more XLM moons. Now, I've talked about this in previous videos. The fact that XLM is a very closely related cryptocurrency to XRP generally means that it does also move in and around the same pace. Right now, XRP is trading just shy of 39 cents at 0.388. We've got XLM down here trading at about 9 cents. It's interesting, though, because he's actually made some calculations just kind of outlining what he sees, the average 35%, and then gives some figures here. So if XRP goes up by 3, the attributed amount to XLM will be 1.05, so on and so forth. I'm not going to read all these out, but you guys can see the chart here. I think XLM is a very good investment. However, and I'm going to say this, I'm not invested in XLM because I have so much exposure to XRP, and you're probably thinking to yourself, well, why not invest in both? And my reason is because, well, exactly just this point here. The fact that these two coins are so closely correlated means that I would prefer to put my dollars into other assets like Algorand or VeChain or HBAR or whatever, Bitcoin even, because to me, let's say, for example, there's a terrible result in the XRP lawsuit. Well, which coins go down? XRP and XLM respectively. And so I'm in a way hedging my bets because XLM and XRP are so closely related. That said, though, I mean, if there's positive news for XRP and you hold both XRP and XLM, you are certainly going to see your day to the moon. And I'm not saying one strategy is better than the other. Obviously, this is not financial advice. I'm just letting you know, guys, what I'm doing here. So, taking a look at XLM, actually, let's bring up XRP here real quickly. You can see, just for sake of comparison off those highs, XRP is down about 80% now since that high that we saw back in April of 2021. Bringing up XLM real quickly, you guys can see XLM actually a better discount than XRP, down 88.5% give or take. So the volatility, I want to say, I haven't actually calculated this, but I feel like the volatility for XLM is a lot stronger. It's a more volatile cryptocurrency. When it does in fact move, the swings are more volatile compared to XRP. However, XRP is always the cryptocurrency that is in the spotlight. And especially now with the Ripple SEC case, I have a feeling once we get that verdict with the Ripple SEC case, XRP is definitely going to be the big mover, the big shaker. Once that happens, even if I just take a look at this, guys, what would you have assumed would have been a better investment during the bull run of 2020, 2021? XRP or XLM? Well, if I were to take XLM right down here at the bottom, March 2020, brought it right up to the top, we're looking at about a 2,900% increase for XLM. And bringing up XRP here on the chart, let's bring up XRP, and we have the beer flu shutdown right in and around here. And XRP went up 1,600%. So, I mean, of course, affected by the lawsuit. We have not seen it retrace as much as XLM. So, in terms of volatility, XLM more volatile. Not saying it's a bad coin to have. It's definitely one of the WEF coins. So obviously keeping an eye on that. And let's just take a look at Bitcoin real quickly too. With regards to market movement today, Bitcoin is trading at about 23.6, so down a little bit. We're going to continue to see this market fluctuate. Of course, we did see this big leg up in the market. This is on the weekly. Let me throw it on the 4-hour. This is on the weekly. So, a healthy move generally. We could see Bitcoin come right back down to 21.5. That is not out of the question. Bitcoin ultimately, though, making higher lows, higher highs on the macro time frame here on the daily. You guys can see, you guys can see here that trend is looking very, very healthy. We have seen a few down days over the last 3 days. However, I feel like that is going to turn around very, very soon. The key here, though, whether, we're talking about XRP or XLM, and I think Bitcoin is an exception here, the coins that have value obviously going to be the movers and the shakers, especially now in 2023. I think, as we're seeing more crackdowns in crypto, as we're seeing governments regulate, they want to drill down into those companies that advertised ICOs and that benefited from initial coin offerings, for example, coins, or rather companies that have sold their coins as securities offerings. So I think there's going to be a big shift, 99% of those coins, right? The consensus of the general, crypto sphere, the people who work in cryptocurrency, they say a lot of these coins don't solve problems. A lot of these coins are going to go to zero. And so these are the coins organizations like the SEC is focusing on. Luckily for us, if we hold XRP, there are partnerships continuing to be forged, like this one with Ripple partner Finastra and Integro Technologies. They're offering a comprehensive digitalization and exposure risk offering for trade finance. So some new news here from Finastra. Finastra, Ripple partner and global provider of financial services software, application, and marketplaces, today announced a partnership with Integro Technologies, a subsidiary of Orion Pro, the pioneer provider of high-end lending platforms. So getting into trade finance here, Integro's Smart Lender has been successful at helping banks in Asia and the Middle East manage risk in trade finance for over 20 years. And with Finastra's global reach, banks around the world will now be able to combine Smart Lender's advanced exposure risk capabilities with Trade Innovation's front-to-back capabilities for frictionless trade and supply chain finance. This is the main goal for the powers that be and the heads at big banks here. They want to streamline everything. The less friction there's going to be, the better it's going to be for people to trade, people to exchange, different fiat currencies from one to another. Business is going to run smoothly. And I think ultimately at the end of the day, this is where the powers that be want to see, their money move. They want to be able to track it, obviously, and, by extension, want to be able to track us. Banks are operating in an era of unprecedented uncertainty and are having to manage risk on a global scale. This is a quote. Digitalization is the only way to effectively manage such uncertainty to bring a true understanding to the risk. This coming from Ian McLennan, Vice President of Trade and Supply Chain Finance at Finastra. With Smart Lender trade limits and trade innovation in a single offering, not only will banks be able to reap the benefits of the end-to-end digitalization, but they will also gain the ability to manage exposure risk, throughout the trade finance process. He goes on to say, we are excited to offer this new capability to our customers and look forward to the future success with Integro. So Ripple-enabled partners, I'm feeling like, the first step obviously was the partnerships. And we were assuming, these partnerships are really going to, ramp up XRP utility right away. That was, 2018, 2019. And I think we were getting a little ahead of ourselves at that time, because it takes time to foster the ecosystem. And, I guess we should have thought of this when Brad Garlinghouse was talking about the flywheel effect all those years ago. These Ripple partnerships are begetting more partnerships, the secondary and tertiary partnerships, and that is just going to add to the XRP ecosystem. And so, once we are fully implemented, once we are fully integrated, and, once the Great Reset is complete, if it ever gets to the point that they want it to get to, and I think even if it doesn't, we're still going to come into this with a new financial system because the old one is obviously broken. This is really where we're going to see the value. And of course, it does take time. So, this is just the latest partnership news with Ripple partner Finastra. We're also getting this here from Matthew Lany, HDFC Bank and Lulu Exchange, which we also know is a Ripple partner. They just inked a deal to enhance cross-border payments. So Lulu Exchange, of course, is a Ripple partner. They're partnering with HDFC Bank and have signed an MOU to strengthen cross-border payments between India and the Gulf Corporation Council region. In the first phase of the partnership, Lulu Exchange's expertise and regulatory framework would be utilized to launch a digital inward remittance service titled Remit Now to India that would allow resident individuals of the UAE to send money to any bank account in India via the IMPS and NEFT through HDFC's, that's a lot of acronyms, digital banking channels, a release issued by the bank on Tuesday. Here's a quote, guys. The partnership would also strengthen the existing relationship between the two entities in India, where Lulu Exchange Financial Group operates Lulu Forex and the NBFC division, Lulu FinServe. So a lot of interesting connections there. Lulu Forex, interesting to note that that they have a specific division for just Forex trade, Forex exchange. Of course, we know XRP, the bridge currency, can leverage for Forex very, very efficiently. And it's sounding as though they're using, different facets of their organization to help foster these new partnerships. So how HDFC benefits? Well, HDFC Bank potentially gains access to remittances from Lulu Exchange's employees, customers, and other shareholders. Lulu Exchange can capitalize on the trusted name with a vast network. So a symbiotic relationship. Mr. Vora has said that as a lender, HDFC Bank can help people in the UAE, particularly the Indian diaspora, to send money conveniently and in a seamless manner to India. So also for the cross-border transactions. And migrant populations, you got to remember the UAE does also have migrant populations, people moving there to find work, coming from countries like India. And so, similar as what we see in the West, these people make money there, send money back home. So there's also that facet of this as well. Interesting news. Wanted to thank Matt for posting that. Did you guys see this from Michael Branch? So as crypto is becoming more regulated, Coinbase was just selected as a sub-custodian by Evolve for top-notch asset protection. There's only going to be a handful, guys. Coinbase, obviously, one of the exchanges that, U.S. government officials are whitelisting for crypto custody. So I guess if you have a Coinbase account, you're probably good to go in terms of, the regulation if you still want to be able to trade cryptocurrency in the United States, for example. Well, here's the update with regards to Evolve Funds. The Evolve Funds group has announced that Coinbase will act as a sub-custodian for all digital assets effective February the 22nd, which was just yesterday. The Bitcoin ETF, Ether ETF, and Evolve cryptocurrencies ETF offered by Evolve enables investors to access digital assets and trade on the TSX under the ticker symbol, and then they give the ticker symbols here. And so, it looks as though they're picking Coinbase because they are a robust platform with over $100 billion in assets on the platform, 108 million verified users, and 245,000 ecosystem partners spread across more than 100 countries. I'm feeling like it's going to be a race to see who, at the exchange level, every country is going to probably have their, regional, their national cryptocurrency exchange that is regulated in that country specifically. And then I'm sure there are going to be a handful that are regulated in multiple countries. I know Binance has been working really hard with different countries to be regulated across the board. And so what are the governments going to let happen? They're going to take a look. They're going to see who are the trusted partners. Well, we know Coinbase is a WEF partner, so there's that. But they're going to look at the partners and they're going to look to see, they're basically going to pick winners and losers, I think. They're not going to tell you that. But Coinbase, just another one here where we're continuously seeing now positive news for the company, except for, the SEC lawsuit against Coinbase. Nevertheless, I think, again, it's all a show. And at the end of the day, we are going to see a lot of the top cryptocurrency exchanges. I think the ones that you could probably think of off the top of your head, those ones specifically become regulated and become the quote unquote safe cryptocurrency exchanges where you don't have to worry. We're not at that point yet. However, I think that's the way it's going to go. Anyway, wanted to thank Michael for posting that. Here's one, guys, from XRP Crypto Wolf with regards to more NFT projects on the XRP ledger. It looks like Ripple has once again made an accurate prediction on the trends that are happening within blockchain and crypto. One of the focuses that Ripple has had over the past couple of years is the potential for growth of utility-based NFTs, which is expected to grow significantly in 2023. So if you guys remember back in 2021 and even 2022, NFTs were essentially people's artwork. You buy them for crypto and they go up in value and then you try to sell them. And, it was this emerging new, asset class, not really an asset class, but something that everybody was getting really excited about. And, a lot of us were just kind of scratching our heads thinking, well, that's basically a JPEG. Why can't you just right click, copy and paste? And then you basically own you've stolen it, but you basically have the artwork as well. So as a result, the company is looking to take advantage of a new wave by enabling a bunch of NFT projects on the XRP ledger specifically. The projects have been made possible through Ripple's creator fund. So we know Ripple has been, focusing on developing new use cases for the XRPL. This is, just another way how we're going to derive more value to the XRP native cryptocurrency. Meet the fund creator Wave 3 recipients who are bringing digital NFTs to the XRP ledger, blending physical and digital experiences with real-world utility to grow their business in a world of Web 3. And so even David Schwartz has come out and said it here. Where was it? I don't know. I originally saw it in this article where he commented, basically NFTs are going to be different moving into the future, 2023. They're going to have more utility. They're not going to be the bored apes or the sad pandas or the shady chimpanzees or whatever they're trying to hawk these days. We're going to see real world value for NFTs. And I don't know. At first I thought, okay, this is going to happen in the metaverse. But I guess there's always utility. There could be another application for NFTs even in the real world. I can't wrap my head around it. I'm not one of the thinkers that develops these types of technologies. My mind is focused on the money, where the money is moving, and where we can park our capital to extract value down the road. Even Ripple down here commenting on that. It's exciting to hear firsthand from these visionary creators how they plan to leverage NFTs on the XRP ledger. As Roman Lozic of Traum Amnesia says the arrival of NFTs is a total game changer for creators. This is a burgeoning industry, guys, and NFTs are going to be big. People laughed at them in 2021 and 2022 for good reason, but guys, I think that is going to change. David Schwartz thinks so. And I think Ripple would not be investing in non-fungible tokens unless they did see a possibility for future value returns. So interesting news there. Wanted to thank XRP Crypto Wolf for posting that. And just an update, guys, on your Flare airdrops. If you're still interested, Mickey B. Fresh here on Twitter posting an infographic. Share with the rest of the community. So I will link this in the description of the video. And I suggest you guys do share this. Retweet it out. The first airdrop is on March 17th, 2023. It begins the Flare airdrop. And here, guys, you can see there is a very detailed schedule of when we will be receiving our Flare tokens. And you guys can see how much we will receive on each day. So here, the 15% TDE and then the remaining 85% distribution amount all the way to January 30th, 2026. So the dates are set. All the dates are here. 36 Flare installments, 35, and then it gives the numbers, and then the one final one, 317 epochs. The snapshot date was yesterday, February the 22nd, 2023. So it gives you guys a pretty good sense, I think, of how this is going to go. Over here, Flare Community, maximum total circulating, WFLR. So they do have to be wrapped, from my understanding. Token distribution event, or the TDE Flare Community. It shows you guys how much WFLR is in the ecosystem. First, minimum estimated installation amount, and then more figures down here. I mean, I'm not going to go over this in detail, but you guys can download this, share it on Twitter. I'm happy that we're finally, getting these dates, and so that we can at least anticipate when we are going to get our FLR, or rather our WFLR tokens moving forward. So some great news here. Wanted to thank Mickey for posting that. And I mean, we've been getting these constant tweets and these constant cryptic messages from David Schwartz. This one from Anders here, a story in 4 pictures, LOL, featuring David Schwartz. I'm not saying anything of this is related. You be the judge. And I mean, we kind of don't know really what to make of this. I think David Schwartz did clarify, though, what he meant. The thing is, we can't succeed if the industry doesn't succeed. So you guys remember this? This was just from a couple of days ago. A world where, say, Twitter's the only successful internet company is unimaginable. I expect we will always prefer wins for everybody in the space if we can. David Schwartz originally tweeted this out. Then let me bring this up, okay? Yeah, I think that's fair to say. I hope we don't get into a position where we're tempted to walk through a door and slam it shut behind us. Now, this is where some people were getting worried. He goes on to say, but of course I can't promise we won't. Now, let's go back to the video I did just yesterday. I'll link it up here if you guys didn't catch it. I did talk about this in more depth when David Schwartz changed his Twitter banner. Here's a little paragraph. First of all, it's titled Ripple, when a scrappy financial startup takes on a web of corruption and betrayal to bring instant payments to the masses, they learn that the cost of disrupting the status quo is higher than they could have ever imagined, forcing them to decide between their vision and their survival. So, are they going with vision? And what does this mean? What do they have to do to fight the SEC? Do they have to play ball? Do they have to settle? We talked a lot about this and what this could possibly mean in the video I did yesterday. And then there was this, guys, the rumors from Charles Hoskinson from back a few months ago. I heard rumors that the Ripple case will be settled on December the 15th, and that could have catastrophic implications for the industry one way or another. So there's definitely something going on behind closed doors that, we're still kind of scratching our head over. And XRP Crypto Wolf bringing this up. Okay, so an article with David Schwartz here with regards to his comment about slamming the door shut behind Ripple. Dizer Capital Yassin Mobarak has taken to Twitter to comment on a recent Twitter update by Ripple's Chief Technology Officer David Schwartz. He referred to a recent comment by Schwartz in which he stated something kind of cryptic. It was this quote here, guys. I'm going to bring up the tweet. This tweet from Joel Katz is kind of worrying me a bit. Who goes through the door and who is shut out? So he gives 2 possible explanations, 2 possible examples here. Ripple, number one. So number one, Ripple goes through the door and retail XRP holders are shut out. Or is it number 2, Ripple and XRP go through the door and the rest of the crypto space is shut out? Obviously, as an XRP holder, we would want number 2 before number 1. And so what did David really mean by this? He initially retweeted out David's tweet from February the 20th. Yeah, I think that's fair to say. I hope we don't have to get into a position where we're tempted to walk through a door and slam it shut behind us. So, I mean, there's all this stuff going on, especially since yesterday when we were talking about the Twitter banner change. What the heck does this mean? Luckily for us, guys, David Schwartz did comment. He did respond. I hope that we don't run into a situation where we have to make any choice like that. So David Schwartz referring to these two choices specifically. So it's looking like we're reading into this more than David Schwartz. He goes on to say, keep in mind, while the stakes are high, they're not as high as this suggests. So, phew, huge sigh of relief here for the XRP community. After all, this is only the United States. There's quite a bit more to the world, and Congress can change the laws. Uh-oh. So this could affect the United States. This probably will not affect the rest of the world. And David Schwartz perhaps insinuating that, their global business will do better if XRP is, dare I say, deemed a security in the United States, or, if something were to happen. I mean, again, I'm still reading into this a little bit. He isn't completely clear, obviously. There's probably a lot more surrounding this. So Congress can change the laws. We're hopeful that that could happen. And there's quite a bit more to the world. Ripple and XRP could thrive in other parts of the world. Thank you, David, says Yassine. Rath Economan responding, also good context. I struggle to know what to read into and what not to read into. Yassine Mubarak responding, maybe I'm reading into this too much. Maybe I'm just too close to the case. Even though I'm not depending on XRP alone to succeed, it'll be okay no matter what. It's just that I remember Joel Katz suggesting people should take profit before XRP took a big dump a while ago. So I learned to take this vague language more seriously. David Schwartz has an uncanny knack of, tweeting out riddles. And, this is why we're following David Schwartz's tweets so carefully. He called the top for XRP in April of 2021. So what the heck is he saying here? Has he made it more clear? He is in fact suggesting that the stakes are high, but not this high, guys. So a sigh of relief. For now, that's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.